Previously on Edgemont.
Erin's having a thrilling day. Two guys are gonna have a fight over her. Get out.
Gil and Kevin Mickelson. I feel just sick about it, but what can you do?
I'm not ready.
You're practically on the plane. I mean, if you're not ready now...
It's not that I don't want to, Mark. Sex has to be part of a long-term commitment, otherwise it's...
You're the one who's moving.
Well, what happened? They finally decided this whole thing was pretty stupid. So now they've gone to the mall.
The mall?
Shannon and I wrote it. The poem. Shannon.
We grow up being taught love can only be boy, girl, girl, boy. But when I go inside, that is not the picture I see, and so confusion. Are you sure Shannon wrote this?
It's me when I think it does.
Poor Shannon. She's working through some very personal issues. Right in the middle of an election campaign.
Just because I can. And I'd like to think I was cool if I met me on the street, but I don't really know exactly who I need. I'm staring into nowhere in this pale blue letter sky. Don't be afraid to jump house, you gotta learn to fly. I'm singing these familiar songs and changing all the words until it make no sense. Let's stop the world and start again.
Picture's nice. Slogan stinks. Of course, if you hadn't fired your campaign manager.
Well, if you hadn't played dirty.
I learned from the best.
I heard the fight between Gil and Kevin never happened. Cowards.
Exactly. Now the whole school knows it.
Well, if you have time, I could still use your help.
Well, I have a little time.
Great! You can help me put these up.
Sure.
Shannon, my fellow candidate.
I think Anika's been possessed by an alien creature. She just told me she wants to run a clean campaign.
Quick call on exorcist. How you doing?
Okay.
I just saw Craig. He asked me if I knew what had happened with you guys.
What'd you say?
Well, I said I didn't know, which is mostly the truth. Do you want to talk about it?
Not really.
Do you think you should talk to Craig?
And tell him what?
I don't know.
Exactly.
My campaign will focus on the issues that really matter.
Like what? Revoking the ban on hairspray?
Try censorship.
What does censorship have to do with student council?
Didn't you watch the news last night? The school board wants to ban books that they feel are inappropriate.
Yeah, I already did a piece on that. It's on the website. Guess you missed it.
They want to ban a book about two gay parents raising a child. I mean, what message does that send to gay students? It's total discrimination. Here, take a button.
So? Come on, guys, I have 2 more days before I have to hand it in.
It's good. Very true to life. Well, I gotta get to class.
Hey, catch you later, man.
Yeah. Really, it was good.
I don't know what I was thinking, asking him to watch that.
It was great. Seriously, except the ending still sucks. I'm gonna talk to your dad.
And what? Ask for my hand in marriage?
No. And tell him that you want to stay here with me.
I already tried that, remember? We wound up screaming at each other.
Yeah, because you're too close with your dad. Me and your dad were more like buddies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like when he invited me over to watch Super Bowl.
You and 10 other of his buddies.
But we really connected.
He called you a phase, Mark. He said he knew I'd be sad for a while, and then I'd get on with my life.
And what did you say?
There was nothing to say.
Hi.
Hi. So, I saw Laurel's video. It was good. Sort of an homage to Louis Buñuel, without the sliced eyeball.
I want to explain.
Well, just tell me the whole thing didn't exist in my mind.
At first, I really thought it would work.
That kiss on the video. You couldn't have faked that. Could you?
The kiss was real, Craig. It just wasn't...
Wasn't what?
I just don't have those feelings. It was like kissing a good friend.
I see.
But I guess I've blown the friendship too. I never meant to hurt you.
Shannon. I appreciate your honesty.
That's that place at the mall. Been delivering pizza a month now. You get to keep all your tips and the customers. Once, this lady answered the door in her bra. Like major invitation.
Let me guess, she was 80, 85, a bit forgetful?
She was 35 and gorgeous. But when I'm on the job, I'm on the job.
Yeah, of course.
I can get you an interview if you want.
Oops, you dropped something. Your courage.
In a fight over you, we'd both have been losers.
That was a little harsh. Still, I guess you're right. I mean, one of us could have gotten killed.
I wouldn't have killed you. Maimed you a little, maybe.
Yeah, well, I would have been at a disadvantage. I mean, I'm more of a traditionalist when it comes to mano a mano. You're more photo a photo.
What are you talking about?
You know, all that stuff your uncle taught you.
My uncle.
The kickboxing champ.
My uncle's a sheep farmer. Did you bite off some guy's ear?
Thanks anyways. I have an exam tonight. I can't find anyone to take my shift.
Go take the exam.
And the cafe?
We'll be just fine in my hands.
That's sweet, Craig, but you don't know how to run the place.
How hard could it be? To keenly intelligent, sharp-witted people like ourselves.
No, you're right. A monkey could do this job, which is why I'm taking upgrade courses.
So, leave it to me. Hey, my life could use a sense of purpose right now.
How's the campaigning coming?
Very well. I feel a real groundswell of support happening. I'm confident people will make the right choice.
Well, I'd say they're right on track. The paper did an online poll. I thought I'd post the results.
Ouch.
So, polls are stupid. Everyone knows you can't trust numbers.
Well, I know math isn't your strong point, but 80% is greater than 20.
You're 16. Your parents can't force you to go anywhere.
Mark, we've gone over this.
I'm just trying to find a way to make this work.
Then why don't you come to Houston?
What?
They keep trying to find ways for me to stay here. What if you move instead?
Me in Texas? It wouldn't work. I can't leave Cat and Travis.
Why not? They've got parents.
Dad's got his own life. You know what Mom's like? A light bulb burns out and she counts on me to screw it in.
Then I'd say we just ran out of options.
How about this? If we can convince your parents to let you stay just till the end of the school year, I could get a summer job in Houston.
You do that?
Sure.
Average summer humidity there is 98%.
So I'll bring deodorant. We'd still be apart for the last year of high school.
I could convince my parents to let me fly up here for Thanksgiving.
I could scrounge money to take a bus south at Christmas.
Lots of torrid emails.
You could come back here and go to UBC.
That's possible.
Possible?
It's a year and a half away.
Yeah, but we're talking about how to make this work.
Till when? 2050? You're the one who's always telling me not to map out my entire future. We don't have to decide everything right now. Let's wait and see how things unfold, okay?
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing exactly, just let's not make promises we're not sure we can keep.
You should have seen the look on Anika's face.
Say no to censorship and homophobia.
This is starting to get creepy.
You didn't say anything, did you?
How could you even ask me that?
Sorry, it's just, like you said, it's getting creepy.
We may not want to read the book, but we have to think about the gay students among us. I wonder how the other candidate feels about this issue.
It doesn't matter how I feel. This is something for teachers, parents, and students to work out together.
Yes, and student council president would be expected to voice her opinion. Come on, Shannon, you have opinions about everything.
Let's go.
We're all dying to know. Where does Shannon stand?
I think the school board was right to remove those books. I don't mean to attack anyone's choices, but personally, I can't condone a gay lifestyle.
Why did you say that?
I was asked for my opinion.
But you don't believe it.
I'm a Christian, okay? And sure, not all Christians feel that way. But some of us.
Shannon.
Shannon Ng is a total hypocrite. And I'm gonna do something about it.
Something like what?
The school newspaper has a website. You drop stuff off in the submissions box and they publish it online.
Shannon's poem? Sorry.
You saw the results of that poll. She totally sucks people in.
Do your own dirty work.
I'm the candidate.
And I'm not ego running errands for Dr. Frankenstein.
Besides, it's not dirty work. People deserve to know the truth.
About someone's sexual identity?
About Shannon's integrity. Shannon could have told the truth, or else she could have kept her mouth shut. But instead, she lied.
Sometimes it takes a feminine touch.
Tracy, you're a woman.
Glad you noticed.
Do you think a long-distance relationship can work?
Absolutely. As long as both people are equally committed. We're talking about you and Laurel, obviously.
I thought she'd come back here after high school, and now she sounds like she's not so sure.
Because she wants to get into NYU. Film studies.
Sure, it's a fantasy.
It's more than a fantasy. That video she's doing, it's like her calling card.
Ah, it's a class assignment.
Please. I'm in her media class. The rest of us did 30-second scenes. Laurel did a 15-minute showpiece for her portfolio. She's really ambitious.
And she probably doesn't mean to leave you hanging. More likely, she's just trying to be realistic.
Meaning what?
Well, do you really see yourself at New York University?
Hi, Aaron.
Goodbye, Gil.
Look, about this morning, I didn't really mean that. It was just a joke.
It was low and cheap.
And I'm really starting to think it's too bad that Kevin didn't pound you.
Kevin and whose army? He knows it, too. That's why he wouldn't fight.
Really? And Kevin's telling everyone that you chickened out.
Maggie was stuck, so I told her, no problem.
I just didn't know what to say.
Hey, what could possibly go wrong?
I mean, it's a year and a half from now. Who knows where I'll be by then? Who knows where Mark will be by then? Or who with?
Oh, I really thought you knew Mark better than that by now.
I'm just saying he can't know how committed he is himself.
I don't believe you guys. You're still here, and instead of spending your time together, you're obsessing about 18 months from now. If you really love each other, you'll make it work.
He says he would have pulverized you.
Gil wouldn't say that. He's a friend.
Kevin, buddy.
Hey, Gil.
Having a few problems remembering the truth, huh?
What do you mean?
Telling people I chickened out of the fight?
I didn't say that.
Guys, I'm sure we can talk about this.
This is between me and Kevin.
Oh, sure, start shoving me around.
Maybe you should just back off.
And you're gonna make me?
You think you're so tough.
Tougher than you, Cupcake.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Outside!
Perfect.
What do you call this?
I took the poem down to the newspaper office, stuck it in the drop box, just like you asked.
But there's no name on it.
That's how I found it.
People have to know who wrote it or the whole thing is pointless.
Don't look at me.
You're the one who gave me the poem in the first place.
Well, maybe I thought it was an interesting situation.
So this is a game to you?
Maybe. And maybe I don't find it fun anymore. Anika, it's a stupid school election.
Come on, Shannon, I know you're home. Pick up the phone. Shannon? What are you doing here?
Oh, Torino. Classic. Was that 302 or 351?
I asked you a question.
You should talk to Shannon. She might want to withdraw from the election.
Why?
She could get hurt. I mean, it's not my business, but,
What are you talking about?
people should be careful what they leave lying around. Shannon's poem.
Craig, I really appreciate.
Okay, so it's harder than it looks. Look, I'm really sorry.
It's okay. That machine drives me crazy too. I'll call the guy to come fix it in the morning.
So how'd the exam go?
Pretty well, I think. And guess what? I got an A on my essay.
That's excellent. Congratulations.
Thanks for tonight. I mean that.
Yeah, for doing such a spectacular job.
No, really. You're a good friend.
Funny. That's exactly what Shannon said.
What do you mean?
Apparently, I have the sex appeal of a beagle.
She didn't say that.
Well, not in so many words. I guess it's just my destiny. Friend to many, lover to none. I'm okay with this.
You don't actually believe that.
What are you doing here?
I was chatting with your mom. She went to bed, so I came down here to wait for you. Where have you been?
Walking?
Look, I didn't mean to be so vague earlier.
Do you know what time it is?
Late.
What time do you have to be home?
Thought I'd stay here tonight. With you.
I don't think that's such a great idea.
Thought that was what you wanted.
Not as a consolation prize.
A consolation prize?
Face it, Laurel, you know the long distance thing will never work.
Is that what you think?
Well, don't you?
Oh, I feel like an idiot. Throwing myself at a guy who throws me right back. Guess I'm going home now.
Start packing, getting ready for the future.
Guess that's what I'm doing.
Laurel, I'll walk you home.
No, that's okay. I'm fine.
smart, caring. You're not afraid to laugh at yourself or show your emotions. In other words, you're everything Derek isn't.
Yeah. Women find Derek attractive.
And sit down, Woodbridge. You made me listen to you tell me how smart I am.
Well, yeah, that was different. It was true.
You're cute. A little young, but sexy.
I think the cranberry juice must have gone to your head.
You just can't take a compliment, can you?
Look, you know you're smart. You just got an A on your essay.
You need proof? How's that?
But I threw it in the garbage. They must have been watching.